everybody, welcome back to Taz's Wig Closet. This is Taz. We all have different preferences about what styles of wigs we like to wear. Long, short, open cap, hand tie, there's tons of options and we all like our individual things. But I think we all have an interest in beating the heat and protecting our wigs from the sun. So today we're going to discuss how to beat the heat while wearing wigs and how to protect your synthetic wig styles from sun damage. Depending on where you live, I think we all experience some form of heat and intense sun at some point throughout the year. So we all love to learn about tips on how to beat the heat and to stay cool when wearing our wigs. So I think avoidance of the direct sun for a long, prolonged period of time might be my #1 strategy in staying cool in my wig styles. But if I am going to be out in the heat and for a prolonged period of time, I really do try to choose a style to wear that's going to help me stay cool. And we've all heard this before, but an open cap wig style is going to give you the most ventilation because you have open wefts throughout the top, sides, and back of your style. You're going to see a lot more stretch. The wig is going to be very comfortable, so it's going to release heat a little bit better than, let's say, a full monofilament top or a completely hand-tied wig, which will really trap the heat. Now I'm wearing Aesthetica Jones today in the color RH1488 RT8. I have modified this wig, so in case you're looking at it, I have shortened it up by about 2 inches. I've added lots more texturizing in it and sort of trimmed it around the face just to suit my needs. But the fact that it's open cap, I felt very confident going out in the warm weather in this style. Typically you would choose a shorter style to stay cool, something above the shoulder, something light in texture. However, if you are a fan of longer styles, even in the summertime, there are things that you can do to help stay cool while wearing your longer styles. So simply by removing or styling the hair off of the neck is really going to give you some comfort and relief in terms of the heat. I think seeking shade using an umbrella is going to give you a lot of relief from the heat and the direct sun. Also wearing a hat, what it will do is reflect the sun away from beating right down on your face and head, and so that's going to help keep you cool as well. There are some things that you can do to put under your wig that might help wick away the sweat. I haven't tried these, but I've heard of them. They're called headline wig liners, and they fit right up inside of the cap as a liner, and it has an absorbent material there to help wick away the sweat. So as you sweat, it's being absorbed and taken away from the skin. And so that is something that if you do spend a lot of time outdoors, regardless of the kind of wig style that you wear, you might want to give that a try. Even if you just want to go out in a turban or a hat, let's say you go without a wig, but you don't have any or much hair, you can actually fit these headline wig liners or cap liners, I think they're called, right up inside of a hat or on the inside of a turban to kind of help wick away that sweat. Another thing you could do, and I actually went jogging. When I first started to wear wigs, I wore my wigs when I went out to do my trail running and, you know, just my general jogging and running and things. So one thing that I did that was very helpful to me was I put just a very thin, what I call a sweatband or a headband underneath my wig. It's kind of acts like a wig grip, and it does serve to help secure the wig, but it also wicks away the moisture. I think what the materials that the wig grips are made from, the sort of the velour material, aren't going to So now that we've talked about how we can stay cool while wearing wigs in the warm weather, we want to talk about how to protect our wigs from the sun and UV damage. Protecting your synthetic style from the sun would be similar to how to stay cool as well. So seeking out shade would be something that you would consider just to get the direct sunlight off of your hair. Another thing is hats. So a variety of hats can be worn very comfortably on top of wigs. And one thing I like to choose is more of a wide brimmed hat. Now this is the widest brim hat that I have. It also gives me some neck protection. As well as all around the face. But it does give a lot of protection because what this actually does is it will reflect the sun back up and away from the hair. I think the most popular style of hat to wear in the summertime, especially for the sporting events, go into the kids' baseball games and things like that, would just be your basic ball cap. A basic ball cap can be adjusted to wear over any wig style. Long or short wigs, it doesn't matter, but they look really cute and you can really use them as a cute accessory as well as it being functional to keep the sun off of your head. So let's talk about before and after sun care for your synthetic wig style. I am not personally aware of any products that are made specifically to protect your wig from the sun in terms of UV damage. I know they make them for the human hair wigs. But moisturizing the hair is going to be really, really important for your synthetic styles. And they make a ton of conditioning products out there. So I would select a leave-in conditioner that you can use before and after your exposure to the sun. Because once the hair gets dry, it'll lose its luster. It will start to split, fray, and kind of gum up and stick together. So you want to protect your hair in that way. You can style your wig in a way that kind of limits the surface area that the sun is going to hit. Bottom line, when protecting your synthetic wig style from the sun is number one, cover up, limit the exposure to the sun. So seek out some shade, plan ahead and have an umbrella ready, any kind of hats and scarves, anything you can do to cover up. And just remember, the synthetic wig style is prone to drying out. I recommend using a conditioning mist on a regular basis, maybe even more so when you know you're going to have sun exposure on your wig. And lastly then, styling is going to be really important. If you can limit the surface area that the sun will hit on your wig by tying it up and using styling, even on your longer wigs, you're going to limit the damage that the sun is doing to the wig. Now personally, I would probably select a style that is less expensive, just a general basic open cap kind of a style that didn't cost me an arm and a leg to purchase it, that still looks cute under my hats and things like that. One that if I have to wash it a lot and so forth, it's not going to really be an expensive piece to replace. So I'd probably go that route for myself, but I think there's a lot you can do to limit the damage from the sun and to stay cool in your synthetic wig styles. Everybody have a great summer. See you next time on Taz's Wig Closet.